now working on getting out the load assist cylinder, or lift assist cylinder, maybe it's called, on the passenger side. I believe this here is the main lift cylinder, and down below it, it's kind of hard to see, shine a light on it, but there is another cylinder down there that is the lift assist cylinder. And to me, it looks like it is starting to leak at the top of the cylinder. I can start to see a little fluid starting to pool there. So I've already replaced the trunk lock cylinders on this vehicle. It's a 2009 SL550 R230 model. There are other videos on YouTube on how to do that. I will post links to those videos in the comments. So I'm not going to show that. But I started tearing into this to replace that load assist, lift assist cylinder, and couldn't find any video, so I decided I would make a video, go through and post that. Hopefully it'll help people. I've also decided I am just going to replace all the remaining cylinders on this vehicle. When I purchased it, I was told 3 cylinders were replaced. The front top lock cylinder was replaced. The right roll bar lock pawl cylinder has been replaced, and then the lift cylinder in the trunk has been replaced. So there's a total of 11 cylinders in this vehicle. 3 of them have been replaced. Last week I replaced the trunk lock cylinders. That leaves me with 5 cylinders that have been replaced and 6 cylinders that still need to be replaced. So I've decided I'm just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and replace all the cylinders. I've ordered the cylinders off of Top Hydraulics, waiting for those to come in. So I'll show you what I've done so far, and then I'll start making videos and try to piece this all together. So to get to this lift assist cylinder, you need to, it's buried down in there. There's no easy way to get in there. So what I've done, took off this window trim, and then this plate here needs to come in, and this is just all my understanding. I'll go back and correct things as I find out, if I find out differently. But in here there was one thing to pay attention to. There's several screws in here holding us down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a bigger one back here. 5 larger ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thing to be careful of, there is a little small screw that goes right here that you have to remove. Once you do that, then you can get this piece of trim out of here. Looks something like that. That opens this up. Now the next step that I had to do was remove the roll bar lift cylinder, and there is a video by Mr. Marco on how to do that. I'll post that link. But where eventually I'm going with this, my understanding is, see if I can get this in here. There is a grommet, that little black grommet there that you have to pull out, and that will give you access to the bottom bolt for that lift assist cylinder. And then I am going to take out this back panel here, which unfortunately appears to be going underneath the back seat. So I think I'm gonna have to take out the back seat as well, which is when I decided that I'd just replace all these cylinders, since I'm having to remove so much stuff. I've kind of started removing this back metal panel. There's 2 bolts here. There's a bolt there under a cap. There was a cap here I removed. I don't know if you can see it. A cap here that I removed, but there wasn't a bolt in there. So right now I've removed 1, 2, 3 bolts. There was a cap here with a push pin that I removed. And think that's all I removed so far. So I'm going to continue working on this. I'm going to take out the back seat. I'm hoping that's not too difficult. It looks like there's just some screws in here, one down there, one here, and I'm assuming the same on the other side. And I'm hoping that back seat will just lift off or lift out, but more to come. One update I should have mentioned, or something I should have mentioned when I was talking about removing this roll bar lift cylinder. In Mr. Marco's video, his vehicle, I think, is a 2004, 2005. His support member that's here, the cylinder is actually down here. So this support member, you have to get this out, you have to basically relieve a lock in there and then compress it so that this arm gets compressed down in here, because that does attach to the bottom of the roll bar. And that's all. Mr. Marco does a good job explaining that. The thing that's different on this model, this is a 2009. Mr. Marco's, his had a spring on the side that he was able to put a screwdriver in, pull it back to relieve the lock, so he could compress the bar and get that cylinder, this support mechanism and cylinder out of where it's positioned on the car. You can see my cylinder or support member here does not have a spring on it. What I had to do after I removed the lock paw cylinder here, I just took a wrench or a torque and stuck it in there. There's a little lever in there, and pushed it in, and it must teeters back and relieves the pressure off the teeth of this bar here, so then you can compress it similar like Mr. Marco showed. So just one little difference there. Just wanted to point that out in case you are looking at his video and then looking at it, you have a newer model car, wondering how to compress that. Okay, I just removed the 2 torque screws from this back seat. One here and the other one down here. One thing to note, they are different lengths. The top one is shorter. The bottom one is longer and has a little bit wider head on it. So just pay attention to that. So when you go to put them back in, you get them back in the right order. Okay, I got the back panel out, and there's still additional fasteners that need to come off. This top piece with the buckles appears to be connected, part of this plastic housing here. And there is 5, total of 10 bolts, 5 on each side that down here at the bottom. There's also 2 ones that are recessed in these holes on each side. So a total of 4 on top and 2 on bottom. I've already taken out the passenger side ones, and it seems to be loose over there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the ones on the driver's side. One thing to note, the ones that are recessed are a little bit smaller head than the ones that are not recessed. So I will pull out these remaining bolts, and hopefully this back piece of trim with the seatbelt buckles comes off. Okay, I'm still working on getting the trim piece with the rear seat belts removed. After I removed all these bolts along here and the recessed ones, it still was being held down. So what I ended up doing, I actually removed the grill cover from the speakers, and to do that, basically there's some clips on each end that just go straight in. So I pulled that out. Then you have these clips along the top, and then pulled that down. So if you pull out both ends, driver side, passenger side, then you should just be able to kind of pull this down. And there is a wire there. We're going to disconnect that goes for the park assist meter that you can see in the rearview mirror. And now what I'm seeing is there's 4 more hex screws in here that seem to be holding this top plastic piece on, and I think that top plastic piece is what I need to get off. I'm hoping when I take those off, then it will go ahead and release this whole top panel, which is where I need to get to, so I can get out these metal corners here to access my lift assist cylinder. Okay, after removing the 4 screws that were in there, so there's 4 T25 screws that are holding this top piece down. I failed to mention the size of these bolts were, those were T30s. But after removing that, you can pull this trim piece out. There are 2 clips back here, but basically you just kind of slide it forward and pull it out, and that gives you access to the bolts that are holding in this side panel that I need to remove in order to get to that lift assist cylinder. So I'm going to start taking out these bolts here. There is one more bolt I'm going to remove to be able to get this rear trim piece completely out. There's a ground bolt here with wire going up to this. I'm not sure what that is, if that's some sort of light or I don't know, some sort of mercury switch or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm going to take this ground wire out so I can take this whole thing out of the car and get it out of the way. Took that ground bolt off. I was able to completely remove this rear trim piece. So now what I'm going to do, come around to the other side of the car. I am going to work on removing this plate here. There's 1, 2, 3 more bolts there. I've already taken out bolts. If you can see it, I think there's 2 bolts down here, 1 here and 1, it's kind of hard to see, oops, fingers in the way, apologize. Back in there is another bolt. So anyway, if you do this, you'll see those bolts there. So there's 2 there, 3 here, and there was another bolt here behind the button that was in there, and I'm going to take those out, and hopefully I will be able to remove this panel that will then finally give me access to get to this top pin on this lift assist, and then I'll remove that grommet down below. I'll have to move my roll bar cylinder out of the way. I put it back just to get it out of the way when I was working on removing the back panel. But then hopefully I can get that cylinder out of there, and then I'll have to repeat the process over on the other side. Okay, I got all the bolts out of that panel, so just going to try to pull this out of here. Just slide it like that, and it came out pretty easy. No shortage of bolts holding this thing in there. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts just to hold this little piece in here. Must be for some sort of structural integrity or something. Okay, I did get my roll bar cylinder out. I have the cylinder removed from the lift support mechanism. I am going to use top hydraulics, which means I need to run all these lines and re-pull the lines, which, given where I'm at, I didn't think it was going to be that much more work, considering what I had to do just to get to the lift assist cylinders. So I went ahead and just started cutting. There was like 4 wire ties in here. These 3 lines, there's 3 lines going through here. 2 for the roll bar cylinder, 1 for the lock pawl. Now, what I was trying to get to that started this whole project, get down in here, if you can see it, here is the grommet that was in that hole. I did, I guess going back to the roll bar cylinder, I did remove the two clips, electrical clips that were going into it, just so I could get it out of the way. But if you, I probably won't be able to show you very good. I'm gonna try to shine a light in there. But there is a torque bolt in there that I'm gonna pull out. And on top, let's see if you can get a very good angle at it here. There is a pin that goes through. You can just kind of see the head of it right there. And it's just got a clip on it on this end, right down in there. Don't know how good you can see that, but there is the end of the pin. There's a pretty good shot of it. End of the pin with a clip on it. So we're going to take that off, hopefully not lose it. I do have a long magnet that if it falls down there, hopefully I can retrieve it. Pull that pin out and take the torque off the bottom. And the lines for this cylinder run back up through here and go back into the trunk through an opening back here, and then they run along the top of the gas tank area and over, around and down over into the pump that's in the left-hand corner of the trunk.